Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video, where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome all of you back to the summer of Rush, where after what was a very lush and a very rich sort of insight, like the amount of nonsense I talked in the last video, it's filling our brains with this wonderful goo that we call knowledge. And I reckon, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to face up to the fact that, you see what I did there? We're going to face up to the fact that sometimes in life, ladies and gentlemen, you've got to face the facts. You've got to face the music. You've got to... I wish I had anything to follow that. Something with, fat bird sings and all that. Sometimes you've got to eat that fat bird before it sings. Again, I question why I don't have my own show, but you know what? It's one of the great mysteries of this earth. Like, Willie Nelson's middle name, or why on earth do I not change out of my clothes? I feel like I've been wearing the same thing for the last 10 months. The world may never know. So with all that being said and done, ladies and gentlemen, and I really wish I knew what I was saying, because quite frankly I have no clue what I'm talking about. If you guys want to check out the original video for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. Let's begin. Face up in 3, 2, 1, and... We just started, and I'm already getting like a very sincere sort of vibe, Friends vibe from this. Din 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 din. And everyone told you life was gonna be this way. Tell me if I'm going crazy, because
you turn my head, spin my wheels, running on empty, you know how that feels. I'm on a roll now, or is it a slide? Can't be too careful with that dangerous pride. If I could only reach that night inside, if I could only reach that night inside, if I could only reach that night inside, and turn it up, face up, you can only back down, face up, hit the target or you better hit the ground, face up, still time to turn this game around, face up, turn it up or turn that wild card down, face up, turn it up, don't complain, don't explain, don't think my resolve can stand the strain. I'm in a groove now, or is it a rut? I need some feedback, but all the lines are cut. I get so angry that I keep my mouth shut. I get so angry that I keep my mouth shut. I get so angry that I keep my mouth shut. And turn it up, face up, but you can only back down. Face up, hit the target or you better hit the ground. Face up, steal time, but turn this game around. Face up, turn it up or turn that wild card down. Face up, turn it up.
it's like if time just stood still, didn't it?
Get all squeezed up inside, like the days were carved in stone. You get all wired up inside, and it's bad to be alone. You can go out, you can take a ride, and when you get out on your own, you get all smoothed out inside, and it's good to be alone. So you can only back down. Face up, hit the target or you better hit the ground. Face up, steal time, but turn this game around. Face up, turn it up or turn that wild card down. Or you can only back Hit the target or you better hit the ground. Still time to turn this game around. Turn it up or turn the wild card down. Turn it up or turn the wild card down. If I could only reach that dial inside. Turn the wild card. If I could only reach that dial inside. Turn the wild card down. If I could only reach that dial inside. Turn the wild card. If I could only reach that dial inside. Turn the wild card down.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Face Up by Rush. And oh boy, I've got a lot to say about this one in particular. I love it whenever I get into one of the greatest things that I was always so like attracted to when I started talking about Rush is the fact that they make you, it's the only band I think I've ever known in my life. Well, actually, there are plenty of other groups out there, but I am 100% convinced that I could never show this band to someone. I could never induce anyone to be interested in it because this was all meant for me. It was specifically something that I could listen to. It's something that talks to me in the way that I don't think anyone else could. It's like having the voice of reason. It's comforting. It's the place I always go to when I feel as if like I have no friends left. It's the place I go to when I suddenly realize, you know what, things are not as bad as they seem, because there are always like it's like having like words of advice from very wise men. They tell you specifically, like they describe almost exactly the notions you're going through. And you have very specific sort of scenarios about exactly what you can do about them. Like the days were carved in stone. Well, let me do something bit more specific. I get so angry, but I keep my mouth shut. And I think it does. I don't think it would take a genius for. I'd say for the average Rush fan, I don't particularly think it's difficult to point out exactly what sort of things make us angry. I know that, again, there are many things that do make us angry about the world we live in, but I gotta say, I think the worst thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that you want to say something badly, but you can't because no one will listen to you. You know what I'm talking about? You feel as if like nobody will listen to you, and that's why you will have to keep quiet, but that drives you absolutely nuts, because who in their right minds wants to be kept silent? People have got things they want to say. They badly want to say them to the world, and they feel as if they're stuck in a rut because no one will listen to them. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if it's anything worthwhile, ladies and gentlemen, there are people out there who will listen to you. In fact, you know what? If you've got something you've always wanted to say it in the comment section in this video. Go ahead and say it. Anything you straight up just want to get off your chest, just write it down. Just say what you've got to say, ladies and gentlemen. Shout, let it all out. How does the rest of that song go? These are the words that I could do without. I'm talking to you. I love Tears for Fears, by the way. I'm going to talk about that song as well, because I love that song. And then friggin', what's his face? James Corden and some rapper. What was it like? Dizzy Rascal ruined it, I think. Don't complain, don't explain. I don't think my new resolve can stand the strain. The strain of life, the strain of having to work, the strain of dealing with, family life, the strain of feeling unloved, untouched, uncared for. It's the fantasy of trying to be like uplifted and to ready to go out into the world with your arms like this and your hat pointed at a jointy angle, And then the reality sits in where not everybody is going to be very welcome or very, very resilient or very praiseworthy of the fact that you're going into life with a new, spring in your step. Because maybe those are the sort of people who can't find springs in their step or have got nothing to be smiling about. Or those are the exact sort of people who've been speaking all this time and nobody's listened to them. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen, because when I go to work, ladies and gentlemen, I will admit that I do feel like that sometimes. I feel as if like I'm the sort of person who says things but nobody actually listens to me. And I suppose when I think about it, it's not quite like that, because other people are busy at work and all that, and I'm just trying to be friendly and all that, because that's just the sort of person I am. And I don't think there's any reason why I should stop being the person that I am, not in case the world was about to end tomorrow. That's again, you might think that's a bit of a disheartening sort of thing to say, because there are many people in life who are in this sort of boat where they want to just be happy and they just want people to stop sulking and stop you having a cracked face and just get on with it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to I think this is just one of those lessons in life where you've got to face the facts that not everyone is as happy as you, but that doesn't mean you should stop being happy, because perhaps your happiness can, spread onto other people. Maybe that's what you can do. How does this even begin again? You turn my head, I spin my wheels, running on empty, I know how that feels. I'm on a roll now, or is it a slide? Can't be too careful with this dangerous pride. If I could only reach that dial inside. Well put, ladies and gentlemen, because Neil Peart's words are absolutely resolute by saying, you know what, we all know what it's like to be exhausted and we feel as if we don't want to put too much more effort into something. But think about what that will do to us in thinking that we've actually went there and succeeded. But if bravado has taught us anything, don't get ahead of yourselves just yet. There are many people who are in similar positions as you, and your resolution is going to be just as impactful as someone else's. In fact, you could be exactly what would happen to remedy someone else's pain. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. We have that power. It's up to us now to be responsible with it. So anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reaction video. Please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below and what you guys thought of Face Up by Rush for yourselves. And I will hope to see you guys again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye for now.